Hey, Bruce. Hey. Happy Feminine Fridays, you guys. This is my song. Hey, Bruce. Hey. Happy Feminine Fridays. I'm so excited to bring you guys this topic because I'm putting you guys on game. So, I realized that my life has been crazy. My life has been crazy, right? And coming into my spiritual awakening has been, it has been life-changing, right? But I understand. And one day, guys, y'all, we gonna get into this, right? So I've been learning about soul contracts. So first of all, I am Regal Essence on QueenTV. I'm QueenTV After Dark. I'm your ray of sunshine in the afternoon time. I'm Life as a Love Goddess. I'm Life as a Laidback Mom. I'm your crystal healer and dealer, your hood therapist, and your past life princess. Hey, boos. Hey. So today, you guys, we talking about these men today, okay? So I realized that, well, it seems as if with my feminines, God has me either talking about healing, right? Healing of some sort, a way to achieve certain things in your life, or spiritual protection or protection of some sort, okay? So today we are talking about men, right? Karmic masculines, false twin flames, right? Toxic masculines, karmics, okay? So, karmic isn't necessarily an all bad term. Karmic means that it's a situation that I was put in to learn a lesson. And everything we go through in life is presented to us for us to learn a lesson, because in actuality, we have signed certain soul contracts, and believe it or not, we have agreed to go through certain things whenever we incarnate onto the earth plane. There are certain things that we agreed to learning. So even sometimes the hardest things that we go through in life, in actuality, our soul agreed to go through certain things because it wanted us to learn and evolve into a certain type of being, or our soul wanted to experience certain things throughout life, to develop certain characteristics, certain personality traits, and overall just elevate our soul existence. So, y'all, that's juicy. That's juicy. That's juicy. I told God, like, okay, like, send me all the information, because I got to teach on it. It's very profound, and I understand that, like, the way that God sends me information may not be the way that he sends other people information, but when he sends me certain things and I learn certain things, I'm just like, oh my God, like, I gotta tell everybody, right? So yeah, so soul contracts, things of that nature, y'all, we gonna get into it. But today I want to talk to you guys about toxic men, karmic masculines, and I want to talk to you guys about the ability to be able to differentiate when you have basically become, I want to say entangled, when you become entangled with a toxic masculine, what that looks like, how that plays out in your life. And I just kind of want to give you guys some pointers and some tips to be able to recognize it, to just, you know, save you some time, and definitely save you some money, save you some heartache, some mental frustration, and all of that good stuff, right? So like I was saying, I realized that the things that I went through coming into my spiritual awakening is not going to be what everybody experiences, right? But mine was so hellish, certain aspects of it, right? All things work together for our good. But certain things, no, I'll put it like this. I'm gonna put it like this. I'm gonna break it down even a little bit further. The people that I came into contact with as I was going through my spiritual awakening were heinous, right? I have come into contact with some of the most heinous, evil men on the planet, right? And with that being the case, I am equipped to talk about spiritual protection. I am equipped to talk about a lot of things as it relates to the dark side of spirituality. And I understand that everybody's soul contract is different. What it is that you came onto the earth to learn and do, your purpose in life. We all have a different reason for being here, right? So all of our experiences will look different. However, if I could put y'all up on game as somebody who has gone through like probably the worst of the worst, then as long as you know what I know, then you know you're always going to be good regardless of what your spiritual experience may look like, okay? So I want to talk today about karmic masculines, because this is something that I wish I would have known a little earlier, but it wasn't meant for me to know it earlier, right? It was meant for me to go through everything I went through so that I can become the person that I am today. However, one of the people that I am, what I have become today, is a teacher and somebody that can basically educate others so that, and be a light in the dark so that other people don't have to go through all of the things that I went through. Or for those of you that have, you won't feel so alone. You won't feel so alone. You won't feel so misunderstood, okay? Y'all, my strapless bra will not let me be great. So anyway, so we want to talk about karmic masculines today. So what does that look like, right? So one thing that we have to, I think is very, very important for people to understand is that there are a lot of very narcissistic people in this world, and that's just period, right? And until we kind of come into that understanding and know what it is, what their tactics and the things that they do, a lot of times you will get caught up in certain cycles, not only romantic cycles, but also platonic cycles as well, work relationships, things of that nature. Because what I find is that a lot of times, until we start to learn certain lessons, and until we start to recognize certain signs and cycles and things of that nature, we will continue to be tested by the same adversary, by the same spirits, by the same energy over and over again, just in a different body, right? So I really want to empower you guys to know what it is that you're looking at, how it is that a narcissistic energy operates, right? Be it man, woman, co-worker, boss, family member, whatever the case may be. Being able to recognize what it is that looks like so that you can break yourself out of certain cycles, so you don't feel certain obligations to people that will keep you in a toxic cycle of hurt, pain, debilitation, stagnation, and just blockages in your life, okay? So we're going to talk about these men today. So what I've realized is that us as divine feminines, we have to be very particular who it is that we are dating, who it is that we are dealing with, who it is that we are befriending, because I realize that people who either willingly operate in the dark arts or who just have a narcissistic energy about themselves, they like to steal our good energy, right? And that can cause a lot of problems for us if we are not continuously keeping ourselves energetically protected, right? Spiritually protected, emotionally protected, and mentally protected, okay? So what I've come to realize as it relates to divine feminines and toxic masculines is that we carry a certain energy. Our energy is very abundant. So when we come into people's lives, we change their lives for the better. And like, that's no cap. That's just real shit, right? You will notice that the people that you date, the people that you befriend, especially the people that you are dating. So we're going to keep it on just dating today, right? We're going to narrow it down. So you'll notice that, like, the people that you date, like, once they come into contact with you, just watch how things start to play out in their lives. If you don't believe that we carry an abundant energy, just watch how things start to play out in their lives. They oftentimes, they have an elevated sense of self-esteem. Things start to work out in their lives. They feel better about themselves, and like they just start having like all types of blessings, good luck, and all of that good stuff. And it has a lot to do with the fact that they've come into contact with a divine feminine, right? Some men know this, some men do not. The men that know this will take advantage, if they are not a divine masculine, they will take advantage of your energy, right? They will put certain things in place to ensure that your energy continues to basically bless their life, okay? So we have to be very, very careful and cognizant and really realize what it is that we are dealing with, because a lot of people wear masks and a lot of people carry on a facade, but at some point the mask will slip and the facade will fall off. Now it's up to us to be able to recognize the demon the demon that at that point recognize the demon that at that point is standing before us, right? But oftentimes us as divine feminines, we want to give people the benefit of the doubt, right? We want to deal with people according to what their potential is versus dealing with what it is that we actually are seeing. So we have to not allow ourselves to live a life of live our lives in an illusion, right? Because we see the world as we are, right? So we know that we are good natured and things of that nature, and then we come into contact with people and we give people a lot of credit and we give people the benefit of the doubt, right? Because we're assuming that, you know, they're a good person and, you know, they have our best interest at heart. But that's not always the case, okay? So what it looks like whenever you are dating or have come into contact with a toxic masculine, they can either just be a karmic, somebody that was there to teach you a lesson, right? Your soul agreed to, you know, basically your soul agreed to learn this lesson. Or they could be a karmic. How do I want to classify them? A karmic or a toxic masculine, okay? So a karmic, in the context of how we're speaking of it today, a karmic is going to be say like a soulmate that may have been a past life soulmate, and you guys agreed that they would come into your life at this time. Of course you don't remember, but that they would come into your life to basically teach you a lesson, right? That lesson can be, you know, utilizing self-love, not you know, putting yourself first, not allowing yourself to be a doormat, things of that nature, breaking certain toxic cycles that may have always followed or perpetuated in the women in your family. So helping you with breaking generational curses or patterns, toxic patterns, or ancestral patterns, okay? Or help you heal ancestral trauma, right? So ancestral trauma being trauma that has been experienced in your family line and it has been passed down from generation to generation, okay? And like we talked about in the inner child video, with your root chakra, that's your first chakra, your base chakra, that's the first chakra that comes online. That comes online actually while you're in the womb, but that also carries the DNA for your lineage, right? So it's certain things that have played out in your family lineage, and that energy still will be residing within your base chakra. So until you heal your base chakra, balance your base chakra, things of that nature, you will still be contending with those toxic patterns. But you, as a divine feminine, you are here to basically heal those and just do something different, okay? So one day soon we're going to get a little bit more into ancestral trauma and all of that stuff, because I got a lot of really good information. Y'all, I got a lot of really good information about that too. So today we're talking about the men and signs that you have been entangled with, or you are we're going to use the word entangled today. Okay, so signs that you have been entangled with a karmic masculine, right? There's 3 major ways to really realize if somebody is a karmic masculine or a toxic masculine in your life. A false twin flame, because a lot of us as divine feminines, we may resonate with the fact of having a twin flame, right? I believe at one point, I believed very, very, very heavily in the twin flame journey, things of that nature. But I'm having God kind of like my question to God is like, would you really make 2 souls and split them into 2 and put them into 2 bodies? Because at one point that sounded really good, but now, you know what I mean? Like, just with the things that I have gone through with my so-called twins, and the things that I see a lot of divine feminines go through with their so-called twins, I'm just trying to figure out, where I am with all of it, right? If there is if there is such a thing as a twin flame, as I know it to be, I do resonate with being a twin flame. However, what I think is more important for us to focus on is the fact that we have past life soulmates, we have high level soulmates that we are supposed to be with, and they will help us carry out exactly what it is that we are supposed to do with our destiny, like our purpose in life, right? So high level soulmates are going to unify with you and what it is that your purpose is in life, right? So that segues me back to, damn, y'all, it's almost like I missed a Monday. I'm just like busting with all this information to tell y'all. So how you know you've been entangled with a toxic masculine, right? Number 1, are things starting to go wrong in your life? Like little things going wrong in your life, like car accidents, locking your keys in the car, just like all of a sudden out of the clear blue, like you're starting to experience like all of these mishaps in your life once you've come into contact with this person. Are you starting to lose energy? Are you very energetically drained? Do you feel tired? Are you unmotivated? Do you find it hard to get motivated to do what it is that you need to do to carry out, your normal daily tasks? Like all of the things that you normally used to do, like, are you able to do those things? Because basically they come in and they disrupt life as you know it, right? So, are you tired? Are you unmotivated, right? And then number 3, a very, very telltale sign. Are they motivating, right? Are they motivating to you? Or are they making you question what it is that you should be doing? Are they trying to take you off of your path? Or are they there to encourage you along your path, right? Are they encouraging you and pushing you in the same direction that you were going in before you met them? Are they pushing you to do something maybe even more than what you were doing whenever you met them? Or are they trying to in some way deter you from your main focus, your career path, your destiny in life, your purpose in life, right? And fourthly, is your money fucked up? Is your money fucked up? Because they're going to fuck up your money, okay? So, these are things that we want to look out for, right? So, when we're dating somebody and we meet them, and like I said, don't forget that us as divine feminines or people that resonate with being empathic, we will attract narcissistic people, men, like moths to a flame. And because narcissistic men come in and they love bomb, like that's one thing that they always do. They come in, they love bomb, they act like they're the best, they shower you with gifts, they make you feel seen, they make you feel heard, they do all of this, they do all of that, you get hooked, and then they let the mask drop, right? But at that point, they've already reeled you in, you're already in the illusion of who it is that you think that they are, who it is that they said that they were. And because you're now trapped in this illusion of what it is that they showed you whenever it first started off, it's very hard for you to be able to get yourself out of the situation, right? After the mask drops, they start to breadcrumb you, they start to ghost you, they start to be very sarcastic, cynical, take little jabs, you know, at your self-esteem, take little jabs at your projects or whatever it is that you have going on, acting as if they don't see you. Now they don't see you, they don't recognize you, they don't, they're not showing appreciation or gratitude for who it is that you are to them or in their lives. They don't show any appreciation or gratitude for what it is that you do, what your gift is, your main purpose for being here, right? All the things that fill you up and make you happy, they're not going to be supportive of you in those things, right? Very importantly, something that I've really experienced is they try really hard to act as if they don't see you. They don't see you. They don't want to acknowledge the good things that you do. Whether it's in your projects, they don't have the ability to genuinely compliment you, build you up, encourage you. And even if they do, it's very surface level, it's very superficial. Like, they don't really, you know what I mean? Like, they not really digging deep. Like, they're not really like encouraging you. You know what I mean? Like, they may just give you like fluff, right? But as your person, as somebody that you're dealing with on an intimate level, they should be able to speak into your life in a very profound way versus just like very surface level, right? Do they struggle with being able to give you levels of acknowledgement? Do they acknowledge you as a person, your feelings? Like I said, the things that you are doing, those things are very important, right? Because basically when all of this is occurring, that means they're basically there to steal your essence, steal your energy, right? So that they can use it for their own gain, whether they're very evil on the evil side of the spectrum, meaning that they're taking your energy to manifest money for them, success for them. Or if they're not on the dark end of the spectrum, they're just taking your energy to basically make themselves feel good because they're narcissistic and they are a shell of a person, right? So they need you and your energy and your acknowledgement and your compliments and your love and all of that kind of stuff to make themselves feel good, right? But in the interim, while all of this is occurring, they're basically giving you nothing, right? And oftentimes, women in the spiritual community, we have tied ourselves to people under the twin flame illusion, but in reality that is not a twin, because your twin, regardless of whether you guys are in separation, whether you met and then separated, your twin is always going to acknowledge you. Your twin is always going to acknowledge what it is that you do. Your twin is always going to be encouraging. Your twin is not going to continuously breadcrumb you and ghost you and just treat you like crap, right? So things that we want to really keep in mind whenever we're meeting people and we're dating is we want to be very clear on what our expectations are in a man, what our expectations are in a relationship, what things we're looking for, what are our morals and values, like what things do we want in our relationships, right? Am I compromising my morals and values to be with this person? For instance, if they believe in polygamy and I'm more traditional and I don't believe in that, and actually I'm celibate, right? I'm celibate because I'm waiting to get with the right person. Why would I join myself with a person who's still interested in all types of sexual fuckery, right? Like, that wouldn't make sense, right? Like, that's mixing my beautiful essence with just ickiness, right? So we have to be very mindful and cognizant whenever we are getting with people who seemingly are great at the beginning, who put up a great facade, like their representative is like on point. But then as things go on throughout the relationship, we realize that my morals and values, sorry y'all, that's loud. you start to realize that actually my morals and values don't align with their morals and values, right? I'm starting to realize that, like, all types of things are going wrong in my life. Like, I used to be a person that, like, you know, things always went my way. Now it seems as if now I'm running into all of this bad luck, right? My money is stuck. Like, my money, there's a stagnancy in my money. There's a stagnancy in my ability to progress and move forward, right? I'm tired, I'm sluggish, I'm losing motivation for the things that I normally typically do. Normally I wake up, I exercise, I do this, I do that, I'm up and I'm out and I do X, Y, and Z. But now I'm not able to do these things, right? For whatever reason, be it energetically or be it because now the person is giving me other things to do, or they've taken me off track. I used to eat clean and now I'm eating junk food. All of these things are going to affect us energetically, right? It's going to lower our vibration, and it's going to slow down our progress in life and what it is that we're supposed to be doing, our purpose. And that's the purpose of him coming into your life, right? So as divine feminine, as women everywhere, I want us to be really mindful and cognizant of the people that we allow into our life. And then when they come into our life, I want you to pay attention to the things that are happening around you. Are you being blessed? Are you happy? Are you buzzing or whatever? Like, are you happy or are you anxious? Are you happy or do you feel anxious? When you're dealing with this person, do they make you feel on edge? Do they trigger you? Or do you have a sense of peace and calm, right? Do they acknowledge you? Can they compliment you? Can they uplift you? Or do they withhold from you, right? Be it communication, be it verbal appreciation and gratitude and things of that nature. Those, we cannot ignore those things, you guys. All of those things are telltale signs that we have either entangled ourselves with a false twin flame, if that's, you know, if you consider yourself being on a twin flame journey, or that we have entangled ourselves with a very toxic masculine, okay? So I wanted to come today and give you guys these pointers, these tips, because it'll save you time, it will save you energy, and most of all, it will save you money. Because I realized that every time I got entangled with someone that I should not have been with, it has always affected my money. And this last go round, y'all, when I tell y'all, like, I have been put through the ringer. I have lost a lot, right? Being connected to someone who was a fake, a phony, and a fraud, and was acting as if they were this, that, or the other, but on the back end, they was straight up in cahoots with destroying my life, basically. But it didn't work, and it never will, so, you know. Anyway, I just had to say that. So anyway, you guys, I just want us to be very mindful and cognizant, put up boundaries, put certain things in place, know what it is that you want out of your relationships, know what your morals and your values are. Don't sway on those. Like, as divine feminines, like, it is what the fuck it is. Like, it is what it is. Like, we're not here to lower our standards. We're not here to accept anything, because as a divine feminine, you should be operating, or you should be living your life where I'm operating at an optimal optimal level, right? My healing is on point, or at least I'm working on it every day. My diet is on point, or at least I'm working on it every day. My energy is up, or at least I'm working on it every day, right? I am a gift to this planet. I'm a gift, right? So as a gift doesn't ever compromise its giftness, right? A gift doesn't ever compromise. So I just want you guys to be really, really mindful of that. It's certain things that just really stick out. Like, they don't encourage you. They're not uplifting. They struggle with being able to give you a compliment. If you're doing something, they gonna act like they don't see. Like, if you got a platform, they act like they don't know you got a YouTube channel. Meanwhile, they sucking you at night, beating they meat, but they gonna act like you don't got no, you know what I'm saying? They see that you are a designer, an artist, or whatever the case may be, but they struggle with really being able to give you that good encouragement. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are a gift, but yet they don't show gratitude or appreciation for who it is that you know that you are. So through all of that, we learn from those lessons, right? We learn from those lessons. We become better. We become stronger. We put in more solid boundaries. We get more strict about what it is that we want from a relationship. And then we just move forward from there. So like me, myself, like I'm not dealing with nobody. Like if you ghost, if you breadcrumb, I don't got time for you. I got a whole platform out here. If you don't watch my platform, like if you follow me on my social medias and you don't never like my shit, like you nah, you making me feel like you trying to act like you don't see me, boo. So in that case, I have very little tolerance right now, right? I have very, very little tolerance, but that came from the things that I have been through and the things that I have learned, and I would not trade this wisdom, this insight for anything in the world, right? Of course, it didn't feel good whenever I was going through it, but I wouldn't trade the lessons that I've learned for anything in this world at all, whatsoever, at all. So it put me in a position to be able to come and teach other people so that you guys don't have to go through the things that I went through, but instead you can step back and assess things before it gets to the point that you look around and you've given so much, you've lost so much, you've been hurt so much, or all of that kind of stuff. Like, I'm here to be a light in the dark, right? I'm here to be a light in the dark. I'm here to be the bumpers, you know what I mean? Like, you had a bumper cars, you know? I'm here to be a buffer so that you guys don't have to experience certain things, right? Because we're all here to move progressively, right? And everybody doesn't recover. Everybody doesn't recover in the same way. Like, everybody doesn't have the ability to recover and bounce back the way that I do, right? Not that I did. And not saying that they can't recover or bounce back, but as we're taking time to recover and bounce back and heal and all of that kind of stuff, we're taking away time from something else that we could be doing along our path. So I'm here to ensure that, you know, that we don't get tripped up, because we got real shit to do. You know what I'm saying? We got real shit to do outside of playing with grown little boys. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, y'all, that's all I got for y'all today on this Divine Feminine Fridays. I love you guys so much. Drop me a comment. Let me know. Have you ever found yourself entangled with somebody that you thought was the one, but in actuality they were a toxic masculine or a toxic twin flame? Like, drop me a comment. Let me know. Y'all hit me up on my love languages video. I loved it. So drop me a comment. If you haven't subscribed already, subscribe to the channel so you know every time that I post up. Share this with your friends. Share it with your friends. And just remember, I love you. Peace.